Hey there everyone, it's Odinnsfyrsin, and today's video is a special one. Along with our giveaway, we figured we'd show you guys some photos and videos of my wife's and I's anniversary vacation trip. I will preface this by assuring all of you out there that we did social distance. We wore our masks when we were outside of either our hotel or our rental car, and we were very careful to avoid people as best as we could, which at times was a little difficult, but with the pandemic only getting worse, we went to no short measure to ensure that we could keep ourselves and others safe. Prior to this trip, we did quarantine for about 15 days, and now that the trip's over, we plan to repeat that process just to make sure that we can keep other people safe, just by the off chance that we might have come into contact with someone who had it. Now, as you can see here, we are in the city of Flagstaff in Arizona. For those of you who either aren't from Arizona or have never been to Arizona, I will say it is hands down one of the most beautiful places in the entire state. It's about 180 miles north of the capital of Phoenix. We were forced to rent a car for this trip because when we took our truck down to the mechanics to get, just get it looked at, they told me it's probably not a good idea to drive our old girl that far for that long, since the truck is about 20 or so years old. She still needs a lot replaced on her from when we bought her. So, we rented this nice little car here. Drove to Flagstaff, got a hotel down there. And as you'll see in this video, we also got to go see Williams, which is about 20 miles west of Flagstaff. We went up to the south rim of the Grand Canyon, spent a few hours there just having an adventure. Went through the Fort Tuttle area, which is my personal favorite spot. It's a few miles away from the city, where I've always enjoyed camping and photography and things like that, especially during the fall and winter because it's absolutely gorgeous up here. You'll also see plenty of photos of me and my wife in our Halloween costumes. It is our favorite holiday after all. We even got together on Halloween 2 years ago. My wife and I got married on Halloween 1 year ago, and now we took a trip for our 1-year wedding anniversary on Halloween. So we figured it obvious that we'd get dressed up all spooky. And my wife and I did take over 200 photos of our trip, so I chose some of the best ones that I thought were the best for this video. I know a lot of you out there love travel stuff, costumes and Halloween, stuff like that, and travel trips and stuff, so hope you all enjoy. I think one of my favorite things about the trip was that we had a lot of things that we were able to get done, places that we've never been before. We got so many photos. Like I said, we had over 200, and these are just sort of a selection of the ones that we picked just for this video. But you can see here we had a lot of fun with things like fake blood for my wife's costume. We got to do a couple different sort of model-esque photos. We got to take beautiful photos of the landscape. There was just so many trees up there, and that pine smell just sort of resonates through the air. Little things like the rocks on the ground and all that. We got to take some wonderful photos together, sort of recreating photos from the last 2 years, longingly looking at one another, kissing, that sort of thing. Got some photos of me in my costume again. I absolutely love my costume because it's just, a trench coat, fancy clothes, and a mask and a hood, but I sort of update it every single year, and I just love when people walk by while we were taking the photos. The kids especially freak out and try to run away. We got even more photos while we were on the road, just sort of driving along the highway. You come across sights like these. We eventually reached the Grand Canyon. The dog was so excited. She was pretty much unable to just sit still. She wanted to just go, go, go. And you saw there before we're wearing our masks because there are quite a lot of people at the Grand Canyon actually. And the first time we come walking around that bend and I see these here, like you see in the photos, just how expansive the canyon is. And this is just the south rim. There's lots of little lookout areas, and it just seems to go on for as far as the eye can see. We did walk along a trail that's there, and I think we walked for maybe 2 or 3 miles, and here I am sitting on the ledge of a cliff just to scare my mother-in-law and my wife. The dog wanted nothing to do with going near the edge, which was fine. We had an awesome time. I love the dog photobombing in the back there. We went over to Williams, 20 miles west of Flagstaff. It's a really small little town, but it was lots of fun to be there. The people there are pretty friendly too, not that we got out of the car or anything. Giant Christmas trees up there. and just another throwback for the wife. A lot of you messaged me on Twitter very surprised that this trip was my first time being to the Grand Canyon, because I was born and raised here, lived in Arizona for the first 24 years of my life, and all I can say to that is, hey man, what do you want from me? I didn't even know we had lakes here until I was like 19. I didn't leave the state for the first time until a field trip at 16, and it was to Anaheim, California, so I'm not exactly what you would call well-traveled. Maybe someday, if you wonderful people get us up to 1,000 subscribers and we can start making money with this channel, we could spend some of it to travel the country by car, and we'll make a whole playlist of travel videos where you all can marvel at my amazement of different parts of the country. I'll even travel through the bad parts. I will let you guys in on a secret though, I have only seen 4 or 5 states. Arizona, obviously, California, but only to Anaheim, and that was because we were on a field trip, so we were on the bus the whole time. I didn't see a whole lot. We drove through New Mexico to get to Colorado, where I stayed for a week once. That was pretty fun. And then, of course, where I lived in Washington State now, where it's mostly forest and nature where I live because I refuse to move near Seattle. Nothing against you Seattle people, and if you live there, no offense, but I just prefer living closer to the other side of the state, where it's a little cheaper and has a whole lot more trees. As you guys can see here, though, we are driving near Northern Arizona University. We were a little surprised that it wasn't already snowing up here, but with how hot of a summer Phoenix had this year, apparently that means it'll be a drier, shorter winter with much less snow. I'm just happy I didn't have to feel the 118-degree blazes this year. Sorry, residents of the greater Phoenix area, but even you have to admit that living there is a testament to mankind's arrogance, and that it's just too damn hot there. I mean, human cells begin to break down at 106 degrees Fahrenheit. It regularly breaks 110 there yearly, sometimes for more than 6 months of the year. Sure, it reaches below freezing during very short periods of the winter, but I'm a creature of the nighttime and the cold, and I just can't suck up the daytime blazes anymore. On a separate note, we recently discussed how in the coming weeks we will be playing new games for you guys to watch, both on our live stream, and we will also be making those live streams into new videos for this channel. With that being said, keep your eyes out for our upcoming new playlist that will contain new videos from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where we will be diving into the life of the Norseman Eivor. I say Norseman because while most people call Vikings, they're actually just Norsemen, or Northmen if you prefer. And they participate in, or go on, Vikings. Vikings being the activity of pillaging and raiding, or really just going on an adventure or journey. I may from time to time say something like, I'm a Viking, or he's a Viking, or whatever, but really isn't that the same concept as an atheist saying, oh my god, to reacting to something? It's mostly just a habit to say it rather than anything else, because it's how it's been said, it's what people typically say, and it's heard by plenty of people for years and years and years, and it's hard to rewire the brain. Anyways, I'm super excited to be able to finally play the game within the next week or so. Me and Santos already have it installed and ready to go, and we did pre-order it. We'll be streaming it the second it becomes available to play for us, and we'll be posting on our social medias when we're about to start the streams. As for other new games, we sadly have to wait just a little bit longer to play Cyberpunk 2077, but it will be well worth the wait, as the developers are spending this extra time to ensure that the game is 100% ready for all of us upon release. Which reminds me, if you're one of those people who loses their temper and gets all bent out of shape over the delay, or worse yet, if you're one of those brain-dead, borax-snorting morons who threaten the developers' lives by messaging them or something like that, we at Sons of Valhalla Gaming would like to personally say, you all need to sort out your lives and get a hobby that doesn't involve treating others less than they deserve to be treated. A little bit further down the line, we also have Far Cry 6 coming out, and that's going to be a game that I can say with a level of certainty we will be playing quite a decent bit, but sadly we still have a few months left to wait for that one. All in all, it's going to be an exciting next few months for new games, and for those of you wondering what we are doing with current games, we still have Minecraft content being produced. We are revamping our Smite videos soon, especially with how many epic fails we seem to have. Santos, playing the mirror, puts up a wall and costs us the game or something like that. And depending on whether or not GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 get some seriously needed fixes in or after December, we may or may not have more of that coming your way as well. For those of you who don't know already, you can contact us with requests for what you'd like to see more gameplay of, whether it's on our live streams or on the YouTube channel. We will tally your votes for what games, and we will prioritize that content. We'll still produce the other content though, so if your vote doesn't get picked, don't worry. We'll try to do our best to make sure that we're producing everything evenly. We'll even highlight you in the end credits of any upcoming videos to show off that you helped contribute to the productions of one of our projects. Now, before we announce the winner of our $100 giveaway, I want to give a quick shout out to the company we're affiliated with, Noname Nerd. Where nerds belong. If you're like me, you enjoy gaming. And if you're like me, you enjoy cool custom stuff. Need I say anything more? I mean, I could sit here for a minute and a half telling you about how great their products are, or how cheap they are compared to competitors, or how helpful their customer service is, or how great their products just seem to be quality-wise. Or you could be a big kid and go find the link in the description below and use my code ODINN to get 10% off your first purchase, which will also help a growing channel like ours. Send me a photo of you and your new gear, and I'll put you in our next video after that, shouting you out for being a mother truckin' boss. And now to announce the winner of our first big giveaway. We here at SonsOfValhallaGaming have watched as our small little channel has slowly begun to grow. Back when I first started this channel in 2014, just made a couple small silly little Halo videos of tournaments and custom games, to earlier this year when we decided we'd actually start taking video uploading a little bit more seriously. We look back on all of that to gain a perspective that helps motivate us to keep going for the future. We've had our fair share of hiccups along the way for sure, and yeah, there's no telling exactly where the future will take us. For all I know, this channel could either succeed and I can live my life doing what I want with my best friends, gaming, or it could fail and I'll just have a super fun hobby where I can share all of our gaming adventures with all of you. I'll still have a blast doing it either way. Ultimately, however, every single one of our subscribers has brought us to this point, and each of you has our gratitude, and thanks for joining in our little community to help make it larger every day. Your contribution has not gone without being seen, and that's a big reason we wanted to have such a large giveaway, to show you all that by contributing to our growth as a channel, we will contribute back to you in any way that we can, which aligns perfectly with our goals for the future. Can't exactly be the change we wish to see in the world if we don't invest in those who help us to get there. So with that, I'll simply end by saying that if you are one of our subscribers and you don't win today, please keep in mind that we will be doing more giveaways. We will have many more ways for you to win either prizes or money or merchandise maybe in the future. And by being one of our subscribers, you are essentially investing in your own ability to win something or become part of something worth your while. So I implore you all not to fall off our little bandwagon should you not win, because that's not fun for anyone, least of all you, and you'd be the one losing out. With that said, let's announce the winner. Drum roll, please. And the winner of the $100 giveaway to celebrate our first 100 subscribers is Shannon Gear. Congratulations, Shannon. You were picked out of a total of 79 participants using a randomized name picker. You have 2 weeks to claim your prize, so please comment below or message us on either Facebook or Twitter so we can get you your prize. Thank you to everyone who entered. It was lovely getting to meet some of our new subscribers and hear from you all and getting to know you all. I'm super invested in knowing as much as I can about those within our community, and I hope to see you all going forward for our next big milestone. Now that we're at 100, let's get to 1,000, get this channel monetized, and we can start having giveaways and all sorts of events going forward. Maybe we can even start doing them weekly, who knows. If you would like to find out how you can help us grow or just want to chat with us, we now have an official Discord server. I'll leave the details down in the description below. Thank you all again, and as always, we'll see you in Valhalla.